Hello, everybody. It's Murialda here once again, and welcome back to episode number 64 of Let's Browse. Woohoo! Yes, part T, and we have a lovely Prince Yugen from Azure Lane in front of us. This is a lovely, lovely wallpaper, but we're not here for wallpapers. Well, some of you may be. We're here to talk about figures. This will probably be a shorter episode because not a lot of people suggested figures this week. Must be a crappy release week. But still, we do have some suggestions, and I tried to make up for it and picked out a few myself. So, let's start with Just Mo. Just Mo has suggested Stefanie Dola from No Game No Life, and he was surprised that she has not been suggested yet. But anyway, Stephanie is by Fat Company. She is going to be a 1/7 scale figure. Yes, almost forgot, Fat Company. I highly doubt she's ever going to come out. But yes, Stephanie. This is still a prototype, but she did get painted. So we click and we look and we see she is very lewd, but the important bits are covered. So I'm leaving her on the YouTube video. She is definitely very, very colorful. A lot of people did complain, excuse me, that she is dressed very, very lewdly. Yeah, she is. And I agree it is kind of unfortunate, but Steph has quite a nice body on her. There's only this one picture in the little slideshow thing, so we'll look at other pictures of her. But we look at her face. We do see she has some lovely red hair, but it does have the multicolored gradients at the tip, so it goes red, yellow, green. She does have a big giant bow and her brooch covering her chest area. And she's got some white panties on. And she's got some colorful capes flying out in the breeze. She is wearing a skirt. It just so happens to be down by her knees. And she is also wearing some stockings and some shoes. At least, okay, I was going to say this white part was a shoe, but it's just a little support. She does have little red shoes on. And she has the checkerboard base that is very similar to Shiro from Fat Company. So we'll go over here to the pictures. And we'll pick out the ones where she's colored. So, Steph, in front of Rem and Ram. Don't like that they put her in with these two because I don't believe they turned out very well, so that is indicative that maybe Steph won't. But we are finally getting a Steph figure from No Game No Life. I probably won't be buying it, though. Kind of funny that you're not allowed to take pictures of her, and here's a picture of her. But yes, she does seem to be at least sculpted really nicely, and she does seem to be painted pretty nicely too. You get the shading in her stocking type things, in her skirt, and in her ribbons, and in her hair. She does have kind of a little surprised look on her face. Don't necessarily like how she is eating her ribbon as well. So there's a closer view of her. Kind of a little grainy picture, but yes, Stephanie, she does have some pretty big boobs on her. Her eyes are pretty dang detailed. You got the little different colored blues in the irises. And honestly, from this picture, the white looks very good. It almost looks realistic. It doesn't necessarily look like paint. Maybe not realistic, but kind of like, the glass eyes they put into the creepy dolls. But anyway, Steph's hair looks pretty good. There is that seam line right there, and it looks like it goes into her part line. But you can see all the colors in her hair, even though it is shorter hair. And she's got a belly button. Can't be vacuum sealed because there's nothing covering it. And you can see like the body line and the folds in her flesh and her hips and everything showing. Going down, you see her knees. Again, a little bit of a grainy picture, but a different angle. The question is, she's not going to be cast off per se, in my opinion, but will she be force cast off? Will there be nipples sculpted under there? We don't know, at least not yet. So her hands look to be done pretty nicely. You can actually see the knuckles, and you can see she looks like she has actual long fingernails. The shape of her face, eh, it's not. I don't know. It kind of is screwing with my brain right now. Could be the fact that her head is almost as wide as her shoulders, but yeah, the face doesn't necessarily look like stuff. At least when you get up close. When you zoom out a little bit, it looks a little bit more like her. And that was an email about Just Mo replying to a comment on Nuppy Nup, who is finally home. So I'll look at that later. Her cape is pretty plain white, but it does look like it has some shading in it. And like I said, you got the checkerboard base. Looks exactly like Shiro's base, maybe a different color though. So yeah, honestly, I agree. I am a little disappointed that they gave her this basically naked outfit. But, I mean, Steph does get pretty naked in the show when, she loses her games and her bets. But yeah, it would have been nice to have a normal looking Steph. Of course, this is just a prototype, but it's painted, and this is looks to be what you will be expecting to get. And Fat Company is a decent one when they finally decide to make figures and put them out, and not wait years and years and years. Her flower ornament looks pretty good. Hair looks good. Face, yeah, like I said, the face is meh. The boobs are yeah. It's a meh to me. So I'll be passing on this one. But it is Steph, and yay, it's not Shiro. Shiro's good and all, but we don't need 50 Shiros. Hey, babes. So let's move on to Chris Kojak. Chris has suggested Ichinose Hajime and Paimon from Gatchaman Crowds. This is a Nendoroid number 568. She is by Fat Company and is 100 millimeters tall. Typical Nendoroid height. She came out May 25th of 2016, priced at 4,200 yen. Aftermarket, gone down a little bit. 334 people own her, and she has a 8.63 rating out of 43 times. Mostly 10s and 8s. So take that as you will. So we click and we look at her, and we see her hair has that like cell shading. It's like 2D shading on a 3D figure, so you got this very sharp lines. It does have a couple little white glow spots. She does have a little birdie hair ornament. She has a little V mouth, little V smile. She's got nice eyes. She is making a little peace sign. She's holding what looks like a cell phone. She is wearing a button-up shirt with a little scarf and a pretty plain, simple skirt. Never watched Gatchaman Crowd, so I don't know who she is. There she is next to, I'm guessing that's her friend. Friend is in a bikini. I think the friend looks maybe a little bit better. Still, that's cell shading in the hair. Maybe this is Paimon over here. But she is happy to see her friend. She's got kind of that Neko mouth where the lip is kind of got an angle right there. She is showing off a little bit of teeth. Gray prototype, not gray prototype. So maybe this is one of her accessories, a duck backpack. Still got that normal face on her. So we see, yes, there are a few different accessories, and yes, the backpack is hers, and there's Paimon. So we got the, pretty happy, kind of relaxed face. So her eyes are not wide open; they're kind of half shut. But she's showing off her teeth, and is happy girl. Got a little bit of blush. She does not look good from down below, so yeah, that's not a good angle for her. There's her normal face and her cell phone. And there is the other third face. So she is super happy. Eyes are, bright, happy girl smile, eyes shut. And a nice smile. Once again, showing off some teeth. It's an Android, so meh. It is what it is. She's doing the double peace sign, but it's not necessarily a peace sign because she does have her thumbs out. Her shoes have little bows on them. And Paimon, the mouth could maybe have the paint done a little bit better in the teeth. He is quite monochrome, and it is what it is. She's happy. She's got the fist of joy out, and I mean, it's an android. You can pose her. You can swap heads and everything. It is what it is. It's not a figure for me. But if you like androids or you like what's her name, Hajime, yeah, you can get her and enjoy her and have the time of your life playing with her. Next, Chris Jack suggested Koizumi Hanayo from Love Live School Idol Festival. This one is by Alter. This is the Sangatsu Hen version of her. 1/7 scale figure. She is supposed to come out this month. Yeah, supposed to come out this month. Priced at 15,800 yen. So we click and we look at her. And we see, yes, it is an Alter Love Live girl. So she is very, very, very detailed and will most likely come out quite well. Some people have complained that they don't like how the green and the pink go together, but I don't think it looks horrible. It's a unique combination you don't see often because typically it doesn't. But in this outfit, it kind of works with her. She is showing off some Zetairoki. She has some thigh-high boots on with some little sakura flowers painted on them. We do see some wrinkling in the knee area. And it looks like she has some pink soles on her shoes. She's got a nice little fluff, ruffly skirt, multiple layers. And on the top layer, you got the green and white and cream and red, pink pinstripes going on. We got a couple of flowers on her sleeves. She is holding a microphone, which looks like a staff of magic with a big giant bow and a flower on it. And she is a happy girl, so she's got a happy girl smile on her face. Once again, the eyes kind of feel relaxed, but that fits Hanayo's character. And yes, she has teeth. The shading in the hair looks pretty good. And she's not super giant busty. She has normal looking human sized boobs. And I mean, her body line looks quite nice. There she is next to Ren. But yeah. Honestly, I do kind of like this one. I'm not going to get it because I'm not collecting Love Live idols. I only have one of them. And that is Maki Swimsuit because she was cheap. But yes, Hanayo, I mean, look at all the details on her. So, like in the frills around her chest, you got like the doily patterns and it's all sculpted. You got this fine line ribbon painted, and I'm sure it's going to turn out great because Alter. You got the flowers for the clips on her shirt. You got these little wire like flowers on her waist. And yeah, I mean, look at all the ruffling, look at all the shading, look at all the little patterns on her sleeves and on her bow. Yeah, I mean, they went all out. They go all out with this line, and I'm sure it's going to be a great figure. And I'm sure a lot of you have bought her already. Yeah. Do we see her from the back? Come on, give us a good shot from the back. There we go. There's a good shot from the back. So the back of the hair, she's got lots of little sculpting down at the fringe. Top of the hair is kind of maybe a little smooth, but not horrible. The tie around her neck is very thin. It almost looks like wire. Usually when they do these ties, it's kind of chunky, but this looks very, very, very fine. Back of the shirt, you got the little scarf thing with more of that doily-like sculpting. And you got some nice meaty thighs. And yes, pink soles on her shoes. So obviously promotional pictures, we will not get the important questions answered, but I'm gonna say with 90% certainty that the answer is white. But yeah, I think she looks really good. And if I was a big fan of Love Live, I would be interested in this one. I mean, even the hands are sculpted pretty nicely. I mean, these three fingers are one solid piece, but you can see like the knuckles and everything. So yes, Hanayo. It's actually not a horrible price either for a 1/7 scale by Alter. I'm sure in the aftermarket it's going to be crazy. 206 people have her ordered. So yay. Moving on, we now have Mindy's suggestions. So the first one that Mindy suggested is Bishamon from Noragami. This is by Amakuni, a Hobby Japan exclusive. She is a 1/8 scale figure. She came out November 13th of 2015 and was priced at 12,000 yen. Scrolling down, we see she's going almost over 270, around $275 or so in the aftermarket. So yeah, exclusives suck in the aftermarket. 53 people own her. She's got a 9.55 rating. Yeah, people like this figure that own her. So we'll click and we'll look. I did watch the first season of Noragami, never got into the second season. It was decent, but it is what it is. This figure, honestly, personally, I'm not a fan of. I think it just, I don't know, it just doesn't look the greatest to me. But she does have some good parts. So, I mean, look at the sculpting in her belly area and around the hips. It's done very, very nicely. You can see the shading and the nice curves in her belly. She has decent sized boobs. They're not oversized. They're not bigger than her head. The face is meh. The hair, very long strands, very long hair. It's going everywhere, but it kind of seems, I don't know, not the greatest to me. It does have the translucent tips, and it is yellow and blonde, but it just, I don't know, it feels simple, too simple. Milo, stop stepping on keyboards. Say hi to the people. Say hi. Okay, I will move the computer out of your spot so you can sit down and stop stepping on keyboards. But yes, back to Bishamon. So she has a big giant sword. This would be super heavy to swing around and not very comfortable. But it would definitely kill someone if it hit them when she's swinging it. She does have a very, very short skirt with a pretty detailed belt. Looks like she also is holding a whip, which is also very, very detailed. It's got all the little lacings and everything on it. And she does have thigh-high boots. She is wearing a black hat as well. She's got some nice cleavage, nice thighs. Coat is meh. It's one of those short waist length coats, and very short sleeves on it. She does have some black gloves, but yeah, this face is kind of, damn it, it's just kind of meh to me. And at least from this picture, yeah, it looks like she has something wrong with her lip. Like maybe was smoking a cigarette and let it burn her lip. Her eyes, meh, they're kind of high on her head. I do think she looks a little bit better without that hat on, actually. Her hair just frames her face a little bit better this way, and she does have an ear. So here you can see, yes, all the strands in the whip. It looks like it's got a little metallic implement on the end to make it hurt even more, and she also has some holsters and guns on her back. So yes, she is a violent woman, I am sure. She would kill you. She would kill me. She's got a nice belly button on her. So yeah, like I said, overall, to me it's meh, but I'm sure a lot of people like her. So if you like her, I definitely don't feel she is worth $275. But that's up to you. Moving on, now we have Snow from Blasterreiter. We have talked about Snow before. She is by Orchid Seed, a 1/8 scale figure. She is coming out on the 26th of this month, so in 7 days. in a week from today. Priced at 17,500 yen. She is cast-offable. I looked through the pictures today and I didn't see any cast-off pictures, so we can have her on the stream, or not stream, but video. 73 people have her ordered. And it looks like you can still actually order her, which I kind of find surprising because as much as this figure's been suggested, I would have thought she'd have been sold out everywhere by now. So she has a unicycle, because I only see one wheel on it, but it is basically a motorcycle, very, very detailed. It's got like armor plates all over it. It does have no hub, so it's one of those types of wheels. She herself. So, excuse me. It looks like she's been in kind of an acid type fight, so her outfit is shredded. Let's get a little bit of close up. So she has some nice blue eyes. She has no teeth in her mouth. Hair looks pretty good. It's sculpted nicely. Not a lot of shading though. It is pretty much a flat color. She does have some nice sunglasses / goggles. The shirt is sculpted. There's lots of wrinkles and everything. And I do like how where it's torn, you can see her flesh like bulging out of the holes. And it looks like, yes, her cups will come off to expose her boobs. She has a little bit of fluff around the one wrist. The other arm has a like demonic gauntlet type thing going on with it. So she has, looks like some gloves and some red armor plates and everything. She has quite the booty on her, and yeah, she's exposing her taint. But sculpted very nicely. Looks like the paint was done pretty good. The motorcycle, unicycle, whatever it is she is riding is very, very detailed and is probably half the price. The sole of her boot has some tread on it, and it's got the little orange inlay on it. And her boobs are, once again, not oversized. They are normal size boobs, so that's nice. Nice little touch. So yeah, overall it looks really nice. It's not a figure for me. And price wasn't horrible considering all that you're getting with it. And all the details and everything going on. I mean, yes, for a 1/8 scale figure, it does feel expensive, but then you figure you're basically getting two figures in one. So yay. Tamamo, Tamamo, Tamamo. So that was all the suggestions this week, surprisingly. So like I said, I tried to make up for it a little bit, so I added a few of my own. I just went through Ami and picked out some nice ones that I thought for sure would have been suggested, but weren't. So the first one is Shuvi from No Game No Life. She is a 1/8 scale figure by Good Smile Company, supposed to come out in May of next year, so over a year-long wait. Plus, however many delays they decide to tack on. You can buy her at Ami for 13,940 yen. For a 1/8 scale. But looking at her, yeah, it kind of makes sense. So we click and we look. And we see, yes, it is Shuvi. She is sitting on a like rubble sandy type base with multiple colors. Shuvi has definitely been in battle and has taken some damage. I mean, it looks like some creature just bit a giant chunk out of her leg. She has some, magical effects coming out of her head. She has some wings. She has a metal gun arm, which has been beaten to hell. If she tried to fire that, it would definitely blow her up because it would backfire and everything. Her fleshy bits have been burned and singed, so got some nice patterns going on. You can see her robotic innards, quite detailed. Her face looks kind of cute. She has the long, long hair. It's kind of like magenta to blue to back to the purplish magenta. And yeah, just overall, very, very detailed. It does look like Shuvi. It's got the small breasts and nice collarbone. Scroll down a little bit and look at the next picture. Slightly different angle. You can see more like a straight on view of her. You can see all of her robotic bits all over the place. And I mean, very detailed. Looks great. It's not a figure for me. I'm not going to buy this one, but if it was Jabril, yes. Scrolling down a bit. Looking at her mouth now, you can see it is like a deep mouth. It's not one of those that it's just a flat mouth, which is nice. She has her wedding ring on. Spoiler, spoiler. Yes, she has a wedding ring on. She has her little wire tails coming out. And she is, in the sitting pose with her legs out to the side. People that can sit like this are very flexible. I've never understood how they can do it, but they can. Even her wings have taken a lot of damage. So yeah, she is on the losing end of the fight she's been in. The hair, strands going everywhere, looks pretty good. It does feel like there's a bunch of like glued on strands, which isn't the greatest thing, but it is what it is. And we do see, yes, she has a booty crack going on back there. So this is an Android. It is not nudity, so it's safe for YouTube. But yeah, she looks really good, really detailed. Price-wise, I think this is a decent price for her. I hate that it's over a year-long wait. That has turned me off to a lot of Good Smile figures lately. Even though, hopefully they won't delay her, but they may. If you like her, put your order in and get her. Moving on, we have Best Loli Elf. Yes, Elf Yamada, aka Emily, from Aramanga Sensei. She is in her Lolitic clothing. A 1/7 scale figure by Kara Ani. She's supposed to come out in July, which is a pretty short time frame considering she just went up for order. And I don't think there was any news about her up until now, at least none that I've seen. She is available at Amiami for 11,750 yen. Katakawa Karaani. Yeah. Click and look at her. So I love Elf. I have recently bought her bikini figure. This one, I don't think they did a very good job on this Elf. Her dress is kind of not as fluffy as I would expect. Her face is not the greatest, and her hair kind of seems chunky. The bow on her head definitely feels chunky. Like, it's solid. There is no, like, holes in it. But she does have her ruffly skirt. She does have her tights. And she does have some nice shoes. Her mouth is in a strange shape, but she has teeth. And yeah, it is what it is. She's yelling at you and pointing at you. Comparing her 2 million sales to your nothings. But yeah, as I said, I love Elf, but this one just, it doesn't feel good to me. The skirt is sculpted quite nicely. There is a lot of rufflies and frillies. It does look like it is shaded as well. You get all the little dark valleys and everything. So the skirt is a good part of her, but like the head and face, it's just meh. We do see she has a deep mouth. She does have some pointy ears. She's got the bow on her hip. Very long fingers. And pretty small shoes. The back of her hair is quite plain. You do get a couple rufflies, but it just feels like a chunk. So yeah. I personally, I wouldn't recommend this one. But if you like her, that's what matters, not me. You. So yeah, this will be an elf I will skip. Moving on. This one, pre-orders are closed. So it is Toru from Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Yes, Mish Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. She is a 1/6 scale figure by FOTS Japan. It's supposed to come out in November of 2018. Priced was 14,980 yen, so she may pop up from time to time between now and November. Who knows? So this is the second Toru from FOTS Japan. The first one, she was in a school swimsuit, and then they just replaced it with her bikini. So a lot of people bitch and complain because she is not wearing her maid outfit. A lot of people bitch and complain because she doesn't have a tail. The maid or the school out swimsuit, they bitch and complain because she doesn't wear a school swimsuit. And this one, they bitch and complain because even though it is her bikini, it's blue and not pink. So, lots of bitching and complaining going on. I do kind of agree with this one that they really should have made the bikini pink, but it is what it is. It's Toru. She is quite cheeky, quite happy girl looking. Uh, I didn't buy it. I'm not going to buy it. I've got a lot of figures so far. Let me take a drink of water. Sorry for that. So, anyways, yes, she has her blonde hair. It does not have the little purple effect or pink effects at the tips. She has very, very large boobs and a very tiny bikini, which is squeezing the boobs and making them spill out the sides. She has her little slit eyes and happy girl smile. I think they nailed her face. I really like her face and her head area. And I think they did the bikini nicely. It does look like the style of her bikini, but yeah, it really should have been pink. She's got some details in her stomach area, so you get the hip lines and the belly button and everything. And she's in just a cheeky little pose, walking down the beach and everything, swinging her hips around, her hands holding behind her. Actually, they're not holding anything, they're just behind her and making a sweet little pose. And with a tiny bikini, you do get butt cheek. She does, at least from this angle, have very, very wide hips. Back of her hair is plain. You get the little part line and everything. And the angle of the legs does feel a little bit off, but it's not horrible in my opinion. So, mouth looks good. It's deep. It's got teeth. Eyes look good. It's lots of details in there. She's got some kneecaps. And there is the booty shot. It looks like all of her fingers are separate pieces, or at least sculpted separately, not separate pieces. Quality-wise and paint-wise on the bikini, it feels like it leaves a bit to be desired. Could have been done maybe a little bit better. We do see that the straps are not sculpted out of her body, so we do get the nice little strap gaps. So yeah, if you like her, you might be able to find her at other stores. Next we have Amelia from ReZero. This is her teacher outfit. She is a 1/7 scale figure by Katakawa and is supposed to come out in November of 2018. You can buy it at Ami for 12,300 yen. Click and look at her. So, looking at her, she does have her long thigh-high boots, and she is wearing some purple tights under them. She has a simple black one-piece dress on, which is quite tight and stretching all over the place. And she is wearing a white lab coat with a little purple trim. She is holding a pointer stick, which kind of looks like a little magical wand. She has her flower hair ornament and her braid. And I think the face looks pretty close to Amelia's face. And she also has some nice breasts with some cleavage and some nice long hair. So, personally, not the biggest fan of this one. So I'm not going to get it, but it doesn't look bad. I think the dress is very nicely done. As I said, it is fitting her. It is a very tight dress, so you get to see like the shading effects around her belly and the crotch region where it's kind of stretched and everything. Base is crap. Yeah, that's a pretty crap base, but bases can be crap and still have a great figure. The hair looks to be well detailed and everything. It's got a little tie at the tip. From the back, I mean, it's the back of a lab coat, so it looks like the back of a lab coat. This hair strand should not have been added. Probably the same with this one because it just looks horrible. You get the little wrinkles in the back of her knees and the ankles. We see she has some purple soles on her boots. Yeah, those extra hair strands look kind of crappy from the back. From the front, they don't look horrible. And you're going to be looking at her from the front anyways most of the time, so I guess they can stay, but from the back they really do look bad. With her dress being so tight, it is giving her kind of a push-up bra effect, so her boobs are coming out of her body at kind of a strange-ish angle. So there's a close-up of her upper torso and head region. So she's got pointy elf ears, which makes sense because she is half elf. She does have some teeth. She has some very detailed eyes. The bangs look to be done nicely. The little hair clip, a little chunky, but doesn't look bad. It looks like it was painted okay. She's got a little necklace on with a green jewel on it. And as I said, she has some pretty nice cleavage. Her finger doesn't look the greatest to me. Doesn't look like it's in proportion with the rest of her hand. So yeah, that's Amelia. I'll be passing on this one, but it's not, honestly, not a horrible figure, but it just doesn't do it for me. And then, who can scroll through Ami Ami and see this face and not click on it? So we have Tanya, I'm not even going to say that name, from Yojo Senki from Kara Ani. She is a 1/7 scale figure, supposed to come out in July. And from what people have described her to me as is a lowly Hitler. So yeah, I never watched this show. I never got into it, but I know a lot of people really loved it. She is available at AmiAmi for 11,470 yen, which for a 1/7 scale figure doesn't sound bad, but we have to remember she is a little lowly girl, so she is pretty damn short. So it's not going to feel like a 1/7, I don't think, when you get her. But anyways, we click on her and we look. And I mean, look at that face. The mouth, I think they really could have done a better job on the mouth. Like the teeth and the flesh just blend in together. It's not very well defined. She does have a rifle that she is going to kill someone with. Her hair, it looks to be quite messy and nicely sculpted and everything. And it's got some shading in there. It's that dirty blonde, and the tips really look dirty. She is wearing her military outfit. So it is, dark green fatigues basically. She has some boots on with some shin guards and everything. And she is a washboard. The belt buckle looks like it's actually exposing a belly button from this picture. We'll look at some of the other ones and determine whether that's the case or not. From the back, the hair does not look good. It looks like a chunk. Back of her outfit is, as you would expect the back of a military outfit to look. It does have some red lines on it, and she's got her belt. Looks like there is a lot of shading on this figure, which can be a good thing, as long as it's not too terrible overkill. But yeah, as I said, I was scrolling through and I saw this face. It's that crazy psycho face, and you just have to click on it. So if you like Tanya, that's her name, right? You can get her. So the next two I put on here because I was intending to talk myself into buying them, and I don't need to do that anymore because I did buy them over lunch. So we're not going to talk about them a lot because we're going to have unboxings within the next couple of weeks. But yes, we have talked about these before, I'm pretty sure. We have Kodogawa Yui from To Live or Darkness by freeing a 1/4 scale bunny girl. She came out February 5th of 2018, priced at 22,037 yen. Yeah, I paid a little bit more than that, but I get free shipping. So yay. Yui. Yep. I just think Yui's one of the nice best two lover girls, and I think I love the way they did her hair and her face. The angle she's looking at you is kind of a little strange, and it is a bunny girl, but I wanted to spoil myself. So we got Yui. She will be here soon. And we have Yui. Yes, a different Yui. We have Takamura Yui from Muv-Luv Alternative Total Eclipse. Once again, by freeing a 1/4 scale bunny girl. She came out October 23rd of 2017, price at 22,037 yen. And yeah, paid a little bit more, but once again, cheap shipping. So yeah, Muv-Luv, the anime was kind of meh to me, but I loved Yui's design, and this was one that I really liked the bunny outfit on her. I think it looks really great on her. So, usually not the biggest bunny fan, but we're getting some bunnies. So yeah, Yui. She is kneeling down. She does have a little stand to hold her knee up, unfortunately. The, you would think with a 1/4 scale figure they could properly balance it so it could stand on its own. But it is what it is. She is one of the few bunny girls that comes with an accessory, which is her sword. And I just love her pose. I love her hair. I think the yellow looks great on her. So, yeah. Once again, she will be here within the next couple weeks. Honestly, I would say next week, but we'll see how the shipping goes. So yeah, those two I bought. We will talk about them when they get here. Whoops. No, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do that and that. So yeah, that was Let's Browse for this week. It's quite a bit shorter than normal, but hey, short can be good. Anyways, I hope everyone enjoyed. Feel free to leave your suggestions for next week. Remember, 2 per person and none from the last 2 episodes. Yeah, and we shall have a good time, and I will see you then. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. I'm out. Bye-bye.